Okay, now let's take a look at the next pop menu in line. This is the Tools menu. The first command in the Tools menu is the Transform Type In. What this allows you to do is to move an object, or scale an object, or rotate an object via a series of coordinates. Instead of manually dragging it around by its X and its Y, you can physically feed it an X and a Y. This allows you to have a little bit more accuracy and control of your data. Okay, the next command down is Display Floater. What this does is give you an easy to use tool for freezing and hiding your objects. So if we hide selected, you can see it disappears. So it's just a series of commands to control freezing and hiding objects, and we'll talk about freezing and hiding a little bit later on. Okay, the next command down is Isolate. What this allows you to do is to isolate an object. So it turns everything off and zooms to the extent of the object that you want to isolate. Next command down is Light Lister. What this does is gives you a list of all the lights in the scene. Okay, the next command down is Mirror. What this command allows you to do is to make a copy of an object, but the exact mirror image, like so. You've got a few options here. You can copy it instead of just manipulating it. You can instance and reference it. You can offset it by a certain amount in either the X or the Y axis. So there's a few things you can do there. Okay, the next tool down is Array. Now what Array allows you to do is make a series of copies of the object. As we can see here, it's got a counter of 10 and a series of controls to control how it's going to array around what point. And again, we'll get to play with this a little bit later on. Okay, the next command down is Align Normals, or Normal Align. Now, we'll talk about normals a little bit later on when we start talking about mesh editing, but normals have to do with the faces on an object. Objects are made up of faces, and faces have a positive and a negative. A positive is solid and we can't see through it, so we can see that the rendered view shows it as a shaded part of an object. A negative is see-through, so if we saw the negative of this box, we'd be seeing through it. Okay, the next command down is Align Camera. What this allows you to do is align two or more cameras to be the same. Align View. It allows you to align views, so we can control how it's going to be aligned. We see it just updated. So it's just updated. Okay, the next command down is Snapshot. Now what this does, it allows you to make a series of copies over time, and we'll probably play with that a little bit later on. The next command down is Place Highlight. This allows us to manipulate the objects a little bit more. The next command down is Spacing Tool. What this allows us to do is to space an object along a path. So we could space this object along the path like so.